I don't know how I feel
All
about
right.
that.
Don't know how I feel about it either. Hello and welcome to Tabletalkers Band of Iron.
Please tell me you didn't start.
Does anybody want to take over and tell me what happened last time?
We
No.
were on our way
When last we
to
left our
fight a
heroes.
fucking fireworm.
They fell into a very unfortunate situation.
On our way to fight a fucking fireworm, a purple worm jumped out and fucking bit us. I got stuck in a fucking tomb with a
Session before
bunch of...
last.
Yeah, I know. I was just doing a recap of the recap. That's what I do. Shut up!
It's important to recap. Otherwise, no one knows what the recap is for.
I got stuck in a fucking tomb with a bunch of losers. With a bunch of immortal enemies, which is the thing Arik hates the most in any video game, but he threw them at us. And then a death tyrant spawned, murked that nerd at the cost of our tankiest tank's arm, and then everybody got mutated. Let's go.
I haven't been mutated.
I haven't been mutated.
Then everybody didn't get mutated.
Everybody got mutated.
Okay. Gotta just take the die, James. We'll wonder about Thaddeus' contribution later.
I'm just talking to be talking. Just because.
You know how the dice work.
Mm-hmm.
That works.
Okay.
That works.
So, let's take the camera and pick up right where we left off with Vashnir and Peon having a pretty major reaction to this thing that they just invited upon themselves. Those two are seizing on the floor.
I am physically incapable of picking that one up. I'll pick this one up and put him in his room.
I am broadcasting pain. So
Why are
everyone,
you broadcasting pain?
I am in pain, so you must be in pain. Everyone
Why
must
are
be
you
in
in
my pain.
Why are you in pain?
There are two people having different seizures here. I have connected to both of them. Do you know what seizures do to the brain? It's not fun. It's not good.
You are also putting yourself in that because you can block that side of it off, but it's okay.
Why would I do that when you can share in my misery?
I pick up Peon and take him to his room as best I can.
You let the
I can't
shaking
pick up-
die down because actively transporting someone like that be dangerous. And
I don't know how to
after
deal
they
with a
both come
seizure
to
brain.
after they both come to more of a stop and seem to have kind of settled down and are more or less unconscious, you take them to your guys' room and get them set up.
I think I'm physically incapable of carrying Vashnir
Through
to
the
his
power of teamwork and belief, you manage.
Psychic lifting.
room. Okay.
I mean, he can just
Yeah,
push a goddamn ancient worm, great worm, 5 feet if he wants. So I guess he could probably handle Vashnir.
I mean, it had a strength check or a strength saving throw. Oh wait.
You know what you don't make whenever you're unconscious?
Strength saving throws. So yeah.
He's
Vashnir's not that
unreasonably strong ability to push things with that thing.
It makes it very worth using when I can.
Until you use it and fuck your friend over.
Absolutely. But that will never happen, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Back to
Yeah,
the
but-
game. Those two are in bed now. They seem to have calmed down. Vashnir's wound is looking significantly better than it was. Like, you can see some of the disintegration burns kind of disappearing. Meanwhile, Peon is taking on like an almost like stony appearance in some parts of him.
Before she came. A bolt, like a big thing.
Weird interjection.
How painful is this for us?
You are asleep.
You are unconscious.
Brain decided it was time to turn the lights off.
Hmm. Hmm.
What are they dreaming about?
Do you want to
Fucking
go
nosy.
Not really, no.
there? All right.
Passing question. Okay.
Um.
I probably should go figure out what's going on there before, it carries on.
God. You're seeing it.
I'm gonna go ask them questions somewhere. Alright.
What questions where?
There are places to be asked questions. There might be a library somewhere. Someone might know what ancient Hebrewish script this is. Not Hebrew, what Egyptian hieroglyphs, that's the word.
It's Neolithic, bud. It's not
I've
even.
never heard that word.
What?
I don't think I've ever heard that word.
Oh my god.
Okay, so it sounds like you're going to go through the outpost and try to find some researcher type looking thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Unless I am stopped before I leave. Because I heard James start to say something.
That was James.
That was James.
Don't roll any dice. Looking around town, there doesn't seem to be a active, archaeology area. Everything here seems very, very much built for utility and settlement. They haven't really branched off into that type of stuff at this point in time.
Well, that makes no sense, but hey, that's my brain working. First thing I would do on a new planet is set down a research outpost to figure out what the fuck I'm dealing with. But that's me. I'm weird.
Can't ask people where we are because they won't tell us where we are.
Nope.
There's no archaeologist place, so people don't know what came here before they were here. So this sounds like something new. I should probably go study it and take some notes to pass on to future generations, assuming they exist.
I know Augury said that it was okay for them to take, or at least a good thing to a degree.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use Augury again and see if they're okay, but I think I need to frame it as a question, correct?
As a yay or nay,
It's a
good
set
or
of
bad.
actions.
Yeah. If I say, are they going to die from this, it's not going to give me a yay or nay, is it?
That sounds
Ah.
kind of.
It's not,
I mean,
it
it's
sounds
more
like
of a wheel or woe, as in good things or bad things.
yeah.
So maybe would they be okay if you left them here or something like that?
Yeah, I guess I can go with that. If I left them alone, would they be okay? And that's another spell slot used.
You expend your use of augury, and you get the idea that they'd be fine.
Okay. Then I know Nerdlet still has the fucking mind link because he was transmitting the pain of them to me. So I'm going to transmit to him. They will be fine. What are you planning on doing?
I don't know.
Well, where are
Out
you?
of this, I have to wait for them. Somewhere in town. There's a nice food cart over there. I probably should go get some food. No, wait, never mind. This is Attica place. They don't have food. There's a nice shop over there I should go look at, but I kind of don't want to. So I'm just kind of walking around. I might go visit our blacksmith friend. Steve let me, borrow his forge for a bit.
Looking around, there is a diner.
Hmm.
I don't want Bastion to be mad at me if I go to eat without him. That's a risk I'm not willing to take.
Oh, God damn
Wakes up from his nap. You ate somewhere, didn't you?
it.
Oh,
How late is it?
You
Is that
guys were
late?
heading to bed, so it's right around nighttime, I think. Because you'd already retired to the common house.
Yeah. Hmm.
I guess it's not noon. It's probably rude to go knocking on people's doors.
I'm gonna turn in whatever you decide to do. I would say we wait till morning to do it. See how they are affected. See if they wake up, even. But again, at the very least, I'm gonna turn in.
That's probably smart. I don't think many people are up at this time of night. Unless something major happens. I'm headed back. I'll be there eventually, probably soon.
Do you want me to roll on the random encounter table?
I mean,
Get mugged
if
by
you
18
want
sand
to.
snakes. No.
I'm in town, surrounded by golems, so that would be fine. I think.
You will be dead.
It
There's
just
golems
watches
everywhere, though.
you're
They'll
taken
protect me.
apart by like 15 snakes and bandanas. That'd be awful. But okay, you return to the common house. Everybody heads to bed. It is the next day. Peon and Vashnier, you come too. Peon, your flesh is taking on a bit of a stony texture, almost as if like you got scales in some places, but of a very like I said, stony composition. And Vashnier, over at the place where your arm used to be, there's like a little stump.
That's new.
Is nubbin.
Can I wiggle it?
You wiggle the nubbin. He wiggles.
I just hear fanfare playing on my head.
Do I remember taking this medicine thing, potion at all?
You remember everything up to where the brain said, okay, reset button time.
So taking the potion, yes. After
But
that,
right
no.
after, no.
Like we all talked about it, said that it was a good thing potentially, and then went from there. Augury would never lie to us.
No more.
Gives the augury face.
I'm gonna wake up. This hour though, you're at 64.
I'm gonna make sure they're okay. Is all I can say. I don't know. I also don't know the layout of this common house. Like, are we just sleeping next to each other in cots? Do we have our own rooms? Like, I don't know what the
It's
fuck's going
sectioned
on.
apart like a tavern would be.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So I guess I'll... Pastor saved my life, so I guess I'll go to him first and knock. That's a weird thing to hear from Bastion's room.
That's actually Peon right now, my bad.
You're good to come in.
Ugh. You good?
He's got a gross little nub in hand.
Ah!
Where goes the nub?
Don't do that.
I
What?
think I'll be just fine.
Oh. Okay. Huh. That's new. You seem fine. I'm gonna go check on Peon now. And it's not because I want to get away from the weird nubbin. No, not at all.
Looking at it closer, you can see almost the imprint of 5 fingers just at the end of the nubbin.
Nope, I'm closing the door and walking out. I'm out. Peace.
You can't hold a shield yet.
No, they're still on the inside.
But one day,
Knock at Peon's door?
Man, nice.
Peon screams in response.
Yeah! Hurriedly opens the door to make sure he's not dying?
I am a rock.
Ah! What?
Look at me. I am a rock.
What are you looking for?
There's a lot of screaming going on.
At this time, I realized I turned him into the thing.
What?
There's especially that. It's for
Yes,
the
yes, you did.
You're a rock?
Well, look at me. I am a rock.
And he has noticeable texture to his skin in a lot of places, right?
Yes.
He's the same color? Green? Because goblin?
For the most part, some of the textured places, a little bit of gray does seep in, but it's still largely gray.
I can see the texture of a rock, but you are still mostly green. If that helps. So a mossy rock? I guess? If
I
that's a
can live
good
with
thing?
mossy rock. I can live with mossy rock.
Do you feel okay? We ended last night on a rough note.
I feel fine.
That's good.
Probably a little hungry, just because.
I do like food.
Do you want me to get the golems to get us cube?
I would like cube, yes.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get a cube from the golem if I can.
Jodak, I'll say you're near enough to overhear that.
All the rock and screaming and little nub information. That weird.
He's
Yes, what's
he's
going on?
talking about the food in the diner. Weirdo.
Well, both parts.
So both parts. Okay, I wasn't wrong.
Neither was
Okay.
I.
I would still hear it anyway, because mental link. So it's fine.
Been more than an hour. You haven't seen us to pop it back on us yet.
Please,
I
he
went back
sneaks
to the
in at
haunted house
the
to go sleep.
dead of morning.
He sneaks into our rooms, each of us, in the dead of the morning, just to pop a mental link on us before we're properly awake.
I don't know, he's a weird guy.
He is.
I just want to keep tabs on you all. That's all. Make sure you're not getting into any
Fucking
trouble.
stalker.
What? What if you get like kidnapped by a Remorath or something again?
When was anyone ever kidnapped by a Rimmeraz? I
The
don't even think you've
multiverse is bleeding
seen
through.
a Rimmeraz in this campaign yet. I think
You're
you've
right.
seen the first one.
That was a Thaddeus concern, not a Jedi concern.
You
Okay.
fucking weirdo. I am the only one in this group who can effectively say he died to a Rimmeraz. The only one.
I don't know,
That's
Caleb may have.
close.
I don't know. A Rimmeraz is a very weird creature to pop out of nowhere, especially one the size of which to kill somebody.
Regardless.
That's the game. If I'm anywhere, I'll be sitting, I don't know. I'm assuming the common house has a living room.
Yeah.
Of some sort. I'd probably be sitting over there, just
The common house has a
waiting
common
for that
area.
woman to come knock on the door and give rations. Just waiting. I don't have anything to read because I don't know if there is like a newspaper or something.
Not particularly. Most actual literature stuff, since, printing press is not really a thing, it's more rare.
Yeah, any books
Maybe
are
I'll
in the
be-
library.
I couldn't find a library though.
Exactly.
Then I guess I'd be, I don't know, tinkering with my crossbow, changing out this little head. I want to change out his head.
I'm just gonna try to find a fucking golem for a food cube. Or 2, or 3, or 10.
Alright.
I don't think you need 10 of those.
You heard me.
You still want to go collect 10. Okay. Fair enough.
Alright, whatever the hell's
Alright,
happening
I saw a little diner, like, down the road when I was coming back last night. You always just go there and get some food. It might be better than whatever rations they give out.
I'm gonna stab this dagger into your thigh. I'm gonna go collect Peon and say, hey, there's a diner. You have a mental link and you decided until now when I walked down here to tell me this.
I just remembered, okay? I'm not always. Like you didn't say that you were going to go get food until you walked out here. How else was I supposed to know?
I'm gonna go collect Peon and say, hey, there's a diner. We may be able to get better food than a food cube.
Food is food. And
Okay.
Peon follows you.
Okay. Vastir, cover up your nub. Do you want food instead of food cube? He is muted. Fuck.
The idea is I'm starving.
Let's go. Get food, not food cube. Even though food cube does the same as food, it just tastes like shit.
I mean, it might still be food cube, just maybe flavored food cube.
And if it is, I will flavor it. It's fine. We're gonna go. Get food
Okay.
cubes. We're gonna go get food cubes at the food cube diner place.
That's all it is. It's just. That would be awful.
Pennies.
Thank you.
Just so many more steps for the same result.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you go in and people are kind of sitting around talking. You can see a couple booths set up. There's a bar that people are sitting at and having breakfast items of various types and accoutrement.
That man right there in the armor has a weird fucking nubbin that can wiggle and has indents of fingers. We're gonna go sit in a fucking corner in a back room somewhere in a booth.
He's probably got a bandage over it at this point.
I'm not changing my stance.
Or stop eating her chips.
You see the bandage wiggle?
Oh my gosh.
You're proving my point. Thank you. Let's go.
She just got or belly.
Sometime later, after you guys sit down, significantly smaller little golem will meander its way over to your booth. look over at you, and go, "Hello. Welcome to the diner. Do you know what it is that you want today? The freshest are the eggs and peppers.
What all do you have?
An assortment of foods cultivated from this area. There are lizards cooked to various degrees, corn things, also eggs, and peppers. There may be additional stuff, but I would have to ask the chef."
Is this place just called the
The
Diner?
diner. Yes.
Gotta be sure of that.
If it's applicable, I'll take one or two. Oh, how big are the lizards?
They vary in size. They are quite common.
Okay. I'll take a middling-sized lizard with a couple eggs and some peppers on the side,
What are you doing?
just to get the full experience.
Their eyes will kind of look more unfocused than usual, and then they will turn their gaze back to you. "Would you like anything to drink? We have prestidigitated water. And prestidigitated water."
I'll take some prestidigitated water.
"Very good.
Actually, I'll take some plain water. I can prestidigitate it myself if that's okay.
Very good." Then they will turn their attention to the person sitting next to them, which at this point in time I'm going to say is Vashnir, because Vashnir knows he can taunt him with his little nubbin and he gets sick joy from it.
You're a rude fuck. Actually, it'd be worse if Fashionir was sitting across from me, because then I couldn't look away.
Yeah, but now he can lean and possibly touch you with it.
Well, he could lean forward and still touch me with it. I don't think the tables are that big.
I'll take 2 large lizards, 4 eggs, and some peppers.
They will not.
With
And your drink.
have some water.
Fashionir's accent has changed.
Weirder
Sorry, still
things
getting
have
over the,
happened.
Still got a little phlegm.
You're fine.
They turn
I don't
across
know
the
Go ahead. Sorry.
turn across the table from Vashnir. Let's say it's Peon.
Can I get 12 peppers uncut? Just 12 whole peppers.
You may. Would you like anything else?
And then can I get a lukewarm water?
They will not turn their attention to the last person.
So I should go the other extreme. Can I get like 6 eggs scrambled? And I suppose not prestidigitated.
I have been told it is hard to say.
He's the only one that's having a hard time.
I can't even. I don't know what it's spelled, but I'll just take a water.
Do you want some prestidigitated water?
prestidigitated water?
There you
No,
go.
I want prestidigitated water. Yeah.
You just fucked it up the second time.
All right. They meandered their way to the other end of the bar. They return shortly later with the drinks you requested. Those who want a prestidigitated water. It's water, but it's nice and cold and crisp and refreshing. Everybody else gets normal water.
I know it's gonna basically suck because it's not gonna have the same effect, but I'm gonna at least make it taste like honey mead.
Ah, yes, that nice alcohol bite with no actual alcohol content.
I know, right? But
there a
honeymead at
difference
least
between the
tastes very good. So it's fine.
Is there a difference between the two precipitated waters?
No, not until somebody requests there to be.
Okay. We were offered two different choices. I had to be sure that both choices were the same.
Do you want your water to taste like anything, Vashtir?
Sure.
Did he say sure? I didn't hear him. Hello?
Is it doing it again?
It's
Kind
trying
of.
to fight through it.
Yeah, coffee would be fine.
You want your water to taste like coffee? Okay. I'll press it to taste water to taste like coffee then. That caffeinated bedroom. That caffeinated beverage that is now not caffeinated. It's the worst. Oh, God.
They scuttle by a little bit later, bringing somebody else. What appears to be like a plate of like corn cake things.
Keep getting
And
drawn to that weird man with that weird hand touching that woman. I'm gonna stop. Something to close Discord down now.
Yeah, I scrolled up so I couldn't see it.
That thing's fucking weird.
somebody posted an image of Scary Movie too.
Fucking weird.
I hope that's picture Deadpool.
And
And Scary Movie too.
Yeah, there is a picture of Deadpool and
It's
Scary
both.
Movie too. Deadpool is fine, but the other one is fucked up. It's weird, and I don't want to look at it anymore.
But that's a strong hand.
It's very uncomfy. I don't like it.
Things he's done with that hand.
But you guys are free to converse amongst yourselves while things get cooked.
So, I know I asked this already, but how y'all feeling? And if you wave that nub at me, you're gonna lose your arm again.
I mean, I feel great.
I wasn't asking you.
You just said y'all. You didn't say specifically these two.
You didn't have a seizure last night. Or imbibe a chemical that we found in a dungeon. Did you?
No.
Exactly.
I was in the dungeon, though.
So how are y'all feeling?
I once again feel
Hungry.
fine.
Very hungry.
Very hungry and fine. No changes. That's good. That's
I feel a
good.
little lighter.
Lighter?
About 10 pounds.
God damn it. I'm upset with myself, and this is James talking, because James didn't know what he fucking meant. Until Eric said about 10 pounds. Anyway.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm not worried about myself. I'm more worried about all of you. You're changed. He's regrowing an arm. So the chemical is at least doing a good thing? Question mark. I don't know. But
It has not done bad thing.
it hasn't done a bad thing except give you a seizure and keep you foaming at the mouth for half a night. But
He's essentially turning into stone.
well,
So-
he's not petrifying, so that's the better part. It seems like he's just getting stonier skin, just
Like a
tougher.
lizard?
Like no, just like tougher.
If you go to test it, you still have full functionality and mobility in any of the afflicted fleshy parts.
Sick.
It
You
doesn't even
feel
seem like
those
it's
parts, though.
moving it, like hurting his movement. I think he can still feel those parts. Otherwise, I think he would be freaking out a whole lot more. Correct?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know if you're not able to feel something. I don't think. If
Yeah,
you woke
you
up and you
would.
couldn't feel your arm, you wouldn't know that you didn't have an arm. Unless you try to touch something with that arm.
Well, he was moving it, so that's not the possibility.
As you're having a conversation, the golem comes up again, gives everybody refills, and puts basically forks, enough for one for each of you on your table.
Okay.
Your food will be out shortly.
Thank you.
Scuttles away.
It's my water's gonna taste the same throughout, so I'm not gonna say anything. Like, can you slap it to see if because he apparently brings up the concern of you not being able to feel that part of your skin. Can you like slap it to see if you still feel it or whatever?
Got a fork now. I should probably poke at it.
No, you should not poke at it. It's up to him to figure out if it feels anything.
No, go ahead and stab me with the fork. It's okay.
Oh, okay. We're going straight to the extreme. Okay.
It sounds
I've been
funny.
given permission. I've been given permission.
It sounds funny. I'm
Where
okay
is
with it.
the largest, slab of hardened skin?
At this moment, probably somewhere on his shoulder.
Hey, I'm gonna stab him in his leg. Just straight up take a fork and just jab it into the meaty part of his thigh.
Hey, where's the most stoned part of him? On his shoulder. I stab him in the leg. Why'd you ask the question?
That's what I'm questioning.
Alright,
Change
well,
my mind halfway through.
you stab him in the thigh. Piana feels he just got stabbed in the thigh with a fork.
Ow!
I don't know if there's stone skin down there.
I should check for that.
There's
Stab
not.
Thaddeus with a fork.
All right, I love you. Bye. Can
At
you
this time, I'm assuming Pian is wearing pants.
Can you just water these
I
plants?
do wear pants, yes.
I wasn't joking, by the way. Stabbing him in the shoulder where he should have stabbed Peon.
Yours reaching across the table and poking Yodak with a fork.
I don't want to overwater them.
Yodak, you feel like you just got stabbed with a fork.
Yeah, I probably deserve that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so like these are
Little bit. I'm gonna clean my fork.
And these the ones.
Somebody working the bar will kind of look up at you lot, hearing a bit of a commotion after, leaning across the table, and go, "Hey,
These are still wet.
knock it
Yeah,
off."
what's up? Okay.
And then they go back to their conversation.
I want just a little bit. Speak your name.
You gonna do it right, or I'm gonna stab you again?
Probably should stab him. Do it right. Poke him in the shoulder. Try to actually aim for a hardened piece of skin.
It feels
I
like you get
guess.
stabbed with a fork.
Ow!
It apparently is.
Pain.
It's still there. Cool.
Okay, so if you're dead
Huh.
for a second and play with your duckies.
A few moments later, the
Get that ducky. Let me get
small
more.
golem waiter returns, kind of carrying one of those large plates that are meant to carry plates above their head. They get over to your table, put it down on a nearby table, and proceed to dish out the correct meals.
Okay.
Hey, can I get a new fork?
Clean
This
it.
one's kind of Covered in blood. You cleaned your fork, not
You
mine.
really went for the stab there. They hold out a hand.
I was just saying you could clean it, but okay.
Bugs out, by the way.
Huh?
I'm handing him my fork.
Takes your fork and reaches into a little like apron it has and pulls out a different fork.
Thank you.
Weird, man.
Checks everybody's water levels, refills you, wanders away.
You never know what can be found in people's blood.
You could have asked me to clean it when you saw I cleaned mine.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat. Give sideways glances at Jodek, but I'm gonna eat.
You guys dig into food. I think the
Taylor's
only
eating like he's starving.
I think the only things that were ordered were eggs, lizard, and like whole peppers, right? And some were cooked peppers.
Yeah, I think most of us had cooked pepper. Medina and I had cooked peppers and eggs and lizard. Thaddeus had eggs and peppers, I think, and then
Nope, just eggs.
no, just eggs. Okay, and then he just had Peon just had whole peppers. Yeah,
Well, everything that you guys had that was cooked is actually very like exceptionally well cooked. Lizard's a little weird. It's not a normal dish you see, but kind of chickeny.
fair. Most
Texture.
things are.
Yeah. Works kind of well with the eggs. They're like a bit spiced to like offset it with the pepper stuff so that you can actually tell what the fuck you're eating.
Yeah.
And the peppers have what you would expect of like grilled pepper stuff.
Just water. Y'all act
Yeah.
like y'all are gonna die from damn water. Even when they were down there.
And your whole peppers are just whole peppers. They didn't really know what to do. One of them has like it looks like it's been warmed but not fully seared just because they were like yeah.
Steamed it.
Basically.
It's very good pepper.
These are good.
It's a very good egg. So I don't know if you. I don't know how you druids work. I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm gonna eat.
Do you have like an aversion to eating
I don't know what's going on with
meat
that.
and or animal products? Actually, Druid, do you have an aversion to eating plants? No, you're eating plants now.
I just live my life, man.
I'm doing.
And I used to say whole pepper in his mouth in one bite.
Munch, crunch, crunch. You think you made this yesterday. Or whenever it was that you helped the gardening.
Damn it, Discord.
Okay, so you don't put too much thought into it. Good to know. Keep that somewhere in the back of my mind, maybe. Probably.
Sorry. I tried to keep it in.
It's early in the
God.
morning. It's fine.
Everybody eventually finishes their meal. Vashnir probably finished first. I don't know if he wants a second one or not. But the little golem will come along and ask if you are you finished with your eating utensils and placemats?
I am, yes. My compliments to the chef. It was very, very good.
I will inform them of the compliment. Please
How
help me
much do
collect
we
the
owe you?
plates. My arms are small.
It's fair. I would probably do the typical thing that James myself always does at a restaurant, and just when everybody is done eating, gather up the plates and stack them on top of each other and hand them to the golem.
Would anyone
Slowly.
like anything else?
Do you have any dessert type dishes? Anything sweet like that?
They ponder for a moment. We have been given compliments on the sweetened corn cakes.
Sweetened corn cakes. I'll take one. If those are that good, I can't wait to see how good these sweetened things are.
Does anyone else want anything else? A different flavor on your water, or an additional food group?
Can I have 6 peppers to go?
Stick it in there.
Yes, you may. Would you like them prepared in any way?
A whole, please.
So, raw pepper.
Yes.
You may be able to get those steamed if you want, Peon.
Eh. Save them
Fair.
the work. Just put it in the box.
Put this on the
Fair.
All right.
Can I also get a corn cake?
2 corn cakes, and
You've
more
mentioned it
peppers.
now.
Do you want anything else, Vashner?
His eyes look
Yeah,
vacant
good.
and distant. Oh.
I'll try one of those corn cakes as well.
3 corn cakes.
I think that's everything. I'm good on my water.
Okie dokie.
Hmm.
They will go ahead and leave you with your forks for now. And they will totter off.
I don't think Peon needs his.
Yes, I was.
It is untouched. It has not moved.
Sounds like it's time to move his fork ever so slightly.
They return shortly
Slowly
with
push it
a
towards the table.
bag, and they go, "Your peppers," and they push it across the table.
Thank you.
Hmm. This is
Are you
weird.
eating just peppers?
That's not what I was talking about, but okay, we'll go with that conversation.
What's wrong with my peppers?
Just
Yeah, what's wrong with his
curious.
peppers, Jodak?
That's all. You don't typically see
Me?
people eating just raw peppers.
In the bowl. In here. I was putting here.
I've seen people eat raw onions. Raw peppers isn't that abnormal.
Raw onions is fine.
That's objectively worse.
Even objectively,
I feel
it's
like-
just worse.
I feel like I should actually work up an argument here.
Objectively, a raw onion
No.
is just worse than a raw pepper.
Onions are usually served somewhat raw, to some degree. They don't
Yes.
fully cook them.
Cut up, or at least sautéed to some degree. But I'm talking about grabbing it like an apple and biting into it.
And that's perfectly fine. It's kind of weird.
No, there you go.
Kind of
You
weird.
proved yourself wrong. It's just worse. Peppers are
Some people do it.
weird people.
I feel
But
slightly offended.
but just raw peppers are perfectly fine, normal things. I mean, a lot of the time people eat raw peppers. They're good that way sometimes. Depends on the pepper, I guess. Like you wouldn't eat a normal, like, really hot pepper raw. You would want to cook it into some food to maybe lose some of that heat, but happens.
I haven't tried the pepper here, so I don't know how hot they are. Which is why
Okay.
I questioned it.
They got some kick to them, but they're not that bad.
I'd give it a
Accurate.
7.
Do what, Eric?
I said accurate.
Okay.
There's not like just ghost peppers here,
No.
there, and everywhere.
Also, if you cook a ghost pepper into food, it's not that hot.
Exactly, you're cooking the food versus he's eating them raw.
Carolina Reapers are just bad. They're just bad. But I mean, they're fine. At least mine were. I don't know how the raw ones are. Like, he said a 7, but I haven't had a raw pepper. But when the ones cooked into my food and whatnot were fine.
I'm just double checking. Make sure it's just not like a cultural thing.
Were the eggs like normal bird egg or?
The texture was a little off, but like
Okay.
they made it work.
Okay. So it was obviously not normal bird egg.
Something a little off.
Okay, that's fine. Like, I think the weirdest thing there was that the lizard tasted like chicken. That was it. But then again, nah, that's kind of normal. Maybe the egg had a weird texture to it, but then again, that's probably just because we're not used to it. It's obviously not a bird egg, which is this typical egg you would eat. So, I mean,
I assume they were like fire salamander eggs or something like that.
quite possibly.
You know, that creature native to the desert here.
Yeah, like the lizard we just ate with the egg. Probably that. Because Vashnirs were kind of big. But anyway, aside from that, why are you judging this man on eating his raw peppers?
I'm just asking about the peppers. The eggs and the lizard were, different from what we typically have. The peppers should have been different from what we usually have.
Would
In
you
the main material plane.
would you like a pepper?
No,
I think you want a pepper.
I don't want a pepper.
I take a pepper out of the bag and I shove it into Jodek's mouth.
I don't.
You actively resist.
You want a pepper.
I should just take the pepper from him so I have some control over the situation.
Probably.
I will just take the pepper. And I'll just hold on to it.
Now I
Yeah,
have a pepper.
It is
thank you.
yellowish red in coloration.
Is it like any other pepper I've seen before?
Looks a lot like peppers you've seen before.
Does it smell like peppers I've seen before?
Smells like peppers you've seen before.
It tastes like peppers I've seen before.
Do you crunch?
I'll take a small bite.
Crunch into it. It's raw, but kind of like pepper you've tasted before.
It's almost as if they had a grow zone right over there where they grew a lot of plants, probably from the material plane.
Why is it still normal?
What, Thaddeus?
Why is it still normal?
Because it's probably just transplanted from the material plane to here.
I don't know much about how plants grow, but I thought they needed special nutrient type things or something.
Weren't you over there in their like farm thing yesterday, Peon? Like constantly growing food for them?
Yes, I was.
There's your answer.
There's my answer. Okay, great. Peon exists. And
Well, they
eats
were
something.
growing food before then, and this diner existed before we were here, so. I think Peon just accelerated it by a large margin.
I just hail.
I hear heavy metal in the living room, and now I'm confused.
Interesting.
The only one in the living room is my father, and he doesn't listen to that music. What the fuck is going on?
There's a bard somewhere in town trying out their new shit. The golem will come tottering up to your guys' table. Apologies for the wait. Here are your corn cakes.
No
And
problem. Thank you very much.
And they deposit one in front of each of you. It's a smaller thing. It looks like the top has been like browned and the rest of it looks kind of like, well,
Man.
I would akin it to like a flan like shape and size, except toasted corn looking.
Not a parfait. It's not a parfait. It's not a parfait, brain. Stop saying that word, brain.
It lacks the yogurt.
I know, Eric. My brain sometimes just says, here's a word. That's what this is. And I know it's not that.
But biting into it, it's really quite sweet, like a little bit more eggy than you were expecting it to be.
Stop with the flan pictures, Thaddeus.
Okay.
Look at fly, okay?
But it has an immediate, like, egginess to it, and then the corn shows up and takes over.
Hey, that's not bad.
Whole corn kernels?
No.
Or
No, it's been turned to, like,
It's like cornbread.
just making sure, got it.
cornbread, but fluffier.
Fluffier. Okay.
More akin to, like, corn pudding texture, almost.
Yeah. I've had both of those. Then again, I am a fucking hick, so it stands to reason. That's
Ye to the
alright,
ha.
so yeah. What, Eric?
I said ye to the ha.
Listen,
Live in Indiana.
for the first 10 years of my life or more, it was I had lived off of I subsided on a diet of nothing but cornbread and mash. Maybe with a side of beef. Oh.
Ow.
But once you all finish up, they will return and collect the spin plates. Would you like
Yeah.
anything else?
I'm good, thank you. Again, very good. Compliments to the chef.
I will share this compliment with the chef.
Do we owe you anything, or is it like normal Attican stuff?
The Emperor provides. And then they will just totter away.
James had Warhammer 40k flashbacks. Oh, shit.
Take your
That
dash of
sounds
anxiety and go.
Straight up saw a golden throne with a skeleton in it, dude. When you said that, I swear to God. Holy shit. Oh my God. What the fuck? That shocked the fuck out of me more than I ever thought it would. Anyway, are we good? You want to sit and let your stomachs rest a little bit, or are we good to go, or what's going on?
Hey, where do you plan on going?
Wander around the town, make them go see a doctor, make sure they're not fucking dying, and then just wait for his arm to grow back, apparently.
The golem will totter back with a pitcher of water. Would you like a refill?
Yes, please.
Do so.
Anything special about the golem?
It's short.
You said it's a little smaller.
It's a smaller
Short arms,
clay
short
golem.
legs.
Yes.
It's a shorter version of the things you see outside.
What I'm asking, is there like an identifying symbol on them or something?
No,
Are you asking for a
that's a
maker's
little
mark?
apron. So it could carry things.
I guess that would work, yes. What was that you said?
He has a little apron so he can carry things.
Okay. Okay. I guess
That's
that
the only difference.
answers my questions.
Again, I repeat my question. Do y'all want some time to let your food rest? Because, Bastard, you ate a crap ton. And you ate a lot of spicy things and not a lot of anything other than water. So do we want to let it settle or do we want to wander around? If we wander around, I want to at least take y'all to a doctor, like I said, because I want to make sure you're not fucking dying. Mm.
I can't go to a doctor.
Why?
I don't have health insurance.
Thank you. I knew it was coming. I just wanted to see it to
The
fruition.
Emperor provides, apparently. I think we'll be fine.
That's what you think. Doesn't apply to healthcare. What's that? You're dying? Fuck you.
I can't
Also, there's
afford
a
to
beautiful-
go into
Out somewhere.
There's also a beautiful thing that exists that are called clerics, and they usually give you things like healing for free because their god tells them to.
I don't have God insurance either.
Well, I think we'll be fine. I don't think they're gonna charge us for anything. They haven't charged us yet for anything in this place. So,
We don't know
and
is
also,
that
if it's a money problem, I have money if need be.
They did ask
I-
for a token when I asked the blacksmith for something. So I think that's their currency when they need to have currency.
No idea. All I want to know is I want to get those two checked out because they're mutating. That's not a good thing. But it is a good thing right now, which is weird. And weird things need to be examined and not, like, not. So are we going to sit here and talk about it more, or are we going to go? Because I'm fine with either. I just want to make sure what we're doing.
I'm good to head on.
Well, like I said, we need to see a doctor first, but yeah.
Onward.
Okay. Dragging the two mutations to a doctor to make sure they're not dying.
Alright. You guys head out. One of the people behind the bar kind of waves to acknowledge your passing. And
Ain't that what it's supposed to do? That's the thing.
You
Unless he's
guys-
waving me over, I'll wave back, I
nah,
guess.
just like acknowledgement.
We might as well just get one that's like a electric.
And then you head out trying to find
Weird.
what?
Really fucking weird that we're getting all this shit for free. Like, this is some real good
Used to it.
quality shit. It's real fucking weird.
Bella.
Like, this is the opposite of what happens in the Hells. Kinglegrad is more like what happens in the Hells, from what I remember.
Something like that.
Grad is more like what happens most places on the material plane. This is weird. This place is weird. The actor is
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, well, Salika's weirder. But that's beside the point. Let's go, doctor.
What about Calica?
Salika is weird.
You have a quick mental flashback to whenever you were in a tavern in Salico where there were 52 bards on the stage.
Quick mental flashback to Salika with 52 bards on the stage so they can pay for their rooms and lodging.
Yeah, it's normal.
No, it isn't.
They want rooms and lodging, so they perform.
Not normal.
Even Blake. It's pretty normal, in my opinion.
Okay.
I guess I'm kind of biased. I'm kind of from
The door
South
you really see is now a halfling.
Yeah, I'm a little bit biased.
Yeah, I know. That's fine. It's still weird. Now go to doctor. Or now we go to doctor. I forgot a word there.
Looking around, you can't find like an established like medical practice, but you can find like a clinic. It looks more like functionally on the inside once you go in, it kind of gives you that like wartime MASH tent feel to it.
Yeah, it'll do. Hell, sometimes those mash tents had fucking amazing doctors in there.
Yeah.
So,
Since you guys stopped the fire salamanders that kept burning people from burning people, there's not too many people inside at the moment. And one of the individuals will turn to you lot and go, "What seems to be the problem?"
I'll be frank. We raided a dungeon, found some chemicals, asked a magic spell if it was good for people to drink it. Magic spell said it was good for people to drink it.
I don't need the
changed.
story. I need to know if someone's in danger.
Buddy over there lost his arm, and now it's kind of growing back.
So not danger right now, but possibly later. We want to make sure he's not dying.
So general examination.
Yeah.
All right. Have a seat over here. I'll give you a
Okay.
preliminary, and then we'll have somebody a little bit more familiar with some of the magical things, because that's what this sounds like. Come and look you over.
Magical in some sense, yeah.
This may take a little bit of time. There are some burn wounds or burn victims finishing up that they might be having to attend to.
Okay.
So do you two?
I was going to say I may be able to help, but I forgot that you do magic healing a bit different.
So do you two feel the need to stay here to examine them, or can you go ahead and leave us to it?
Do you want us to shove off? Is that what you're asking?
Less people in the medical room.
We'll shove off. Do you need help with the healing? Because I have magic healing, if that helps.
They shake their head no.
Okay. So, come on, Jodak, let's shove off.
Yeah, okay.
Let us know how it goes, you two.
Leanne and Vashnir, you're given a basic medical checkup. Vashnir, you weigh less than you used to, but you assume it's because of your arm.
There was heavy metal and now there's Viking roaring. What the fuck is happening out there?
You pass by a little, like, gazeboed area, and you see a couple of bards performing. Their styles vary wildly.
See, that's perfectly normal.
You shut your mouth. It's not normal for people to be standing in awkward and juxtaposed to one another and not play the same song.
It's a thing called counter melody.
It's bad, is what it is.
Yeah, if done correctly, it sounds great. If done correctly, which it rarely ever is in Celica.
It rarely ever is anywhere. Like, each of them on their own sound fine. But together, because they're all doing different things, it's just bad.
Heard some good examples of people doing using counter melody properly. There's plenty of them. I can't name any off the top of my head, but I'm sure they exist somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Fellow Medina.
Like,
Why do I hear an elephant?
I know why you're
What the fuck is happening in the living room?
There's a
Bella.
Kenku that
Bella.
blows their bird nose.
Get over here.
Really fucking confused. I'm sorry. There's a whole fucking slew of things going on in my living room right now.
Obviously.
And I don't know how to feel. I really don't know how to feel about it. Anyway, I'm sorry. So where do you want to go?
I don't know. What do we have to do? We're just kind of, waiting for.
Well, if his arm is growing back, he is going to want to go hunt down the fucking fireworm because now he's going to feel immortal.
You still think we should go hunt down the fireworm?
I didn't say that. I said he's going to want to.
I know. That's why I ask if you still think we should.
Are you going to be the one to tell him no?
Could. I don't want to.
I didn't ask if you could. I said, are you going to?
No.
And there's your answer, isn't it?
But if we just drag him onto the ship and leave.
You want to try that one? You really want to try that one?
It's easier than telling him no.
No, it isn't.
Are you
'Cause at
sure
least-
about that?
At least with the no, you'll get a no back. With the forcing him, you may get a force back. No, it's a bad idea. Anyway, point being, there's the magic shop we can hit up to see if we can find anything useful. And you traded the fucking knowledge we have, it seems,
Get Peon's ring. Yeah,
to get that.
I feel it's worth it.
We may be able to, while they're doing their thing, we may be able to fly over and see if we can find more gemstones, or see if there is anywhere to get gemstones, because it doesn't seem like they're going to have any use for them here. Save that guy now, and that guy is by himself, and that just happened yesterday or the day before, I don't remember.
I'll probably go spread out the knowledge to his friends, and they'll spread it to their friends, and so on.
Yeah, but it's not going to spread to the entire camp that is capable of doing it in a day or two. So there may be a few people out there that are willing to give up their gems for a good cause.
Maybe. Did we finish when we did? Blah.
You're
Ah.
going to
Collect
get it.
our cloaks. And
I
then
believe
we
so.
finished the incubator box.
They're not done yet, I don't think, are they?
I believe all that was taken care of before you guys headed off and found the ruins.
Oh, yeah, they are done. Okay, I have it on my sheet.
Did we finish the egg incubation boxes?
Yes.
How many?
Everything was done at
finished?
the same time.
Don't have an egg yet, and I kind of want to go get an egg. If
A
there's
little
still
late
any
for
left.
that. A little late for that.
I don't know. I know.
Pretty sure
I'm
they would have
aware.
already. It's probably what we just ate. Gonna be honest. That
Those
is.
were little lizards. Those might have been.
They weren't fire salamanders. They're what we ate, I don't imagine.
Those might have had more of a kick.
Yeah. Fire salamanders kind of had lava in their veins. And kind of when you killed them, dissolved themselves. So.
Yeah. At the very least, I should go, get some ore or some metal so I can work with it somewhere else.
Or you could just go to the blacksmith and ask for some instead of going all the way back over there.
Yeah, you're right.
Or
wanna
intercept
fix
a
this supply.
golem. Or intercept a golem.
That's even better. I could just do that.
I don't think the golem's really gonna care. And I also don't think the blacksmith is gonna care about his supply, because now he has no interference in his supply, because we dealt with that.
Still feels weird just taking stuff from people.
I didn't say it didn't. I'm just saying, hey, if you go ask, you may get some. We also still have these coal iron pickaxes as well. Or cold steel, or whatever you want to call it. It's fucking weird. So,
Flame steel, cold iron.
I guess. No, cold iron's a different kind of metal. It's weird. It's cold steel. I don't know. I don't care. It's cold. This is hot. That's all that matters.
You know what? We do have these cold iron pickaxes. I still have to break open this death tyrant altar.
You have to do a what now?
The altar for the death tyrant that we were talking about. I collected it.
Why?
I wanted it to see if there's anything on the inside.
What do you think it's gonna be? A cashmere egg?
I don't know. There was a death tyrant sitting on top of it.
Yeah, and he was guarding the fucking thing that we gave to Vashnir. Why would there be anything in his fucking little pedestal?
I don't know what he could have possibly been guarding. He might have been guarding the pedestal. It could have been made out of like solid gold or something. That sounds dumb. Now that I think about it.
I'm glad you came to that realization before I said anything.
Still, it's hard. It was harder to break than the ground around it, which means it has to be something different, right?
Or you're just not good at swinging a pickaxe.
Or that. It's always an option.
It's probably the likely option. Anyway, if you want to fucking hack at a fucking statue all day, go for it. I'm just saying, if you want that fucking fire steel stuff, you might as well go get some, because I don't think he's gonna really give a shit.
Yeah, that's what I'll go do. I'll just go take some.
Don't take, ask first, because there may still be a
Yes, of
thievery
course I'm
thing.
going to ask. I'm not going to steal it from him. I can't say I'm going to buy it from him. That sounds wrong, and we don't buy stuff.
Then say I'm gonna go get some from him, not take some from him, because taking implies the aspect of thievery.
I will ask if I can have some of his steel. Fire steel. Flame steel, that's the word.
Sure. Anyway, I wonder if there's anything weird at the if they have a Fletcher, and if they do, if there's anything weird there.
Looking around, this place actually sadly doesn't have a proper Fletcher, but they do have a area that sells a bunch of like crossbow accoutrement. Because metal bolts.
Also, it would make sense because there's no wood, because desert.
Mm-hmm. We took the one tree we had. It's this arrow now. Just enough.
That means it'll be a very special arrow.
No. It means they only had a Charlie Brown tree.
Don't really want crossbow stuff. James doesn't really like crossbows. Unless James is going for a strictly crossbow build. But he's not.
So while Tadori's kind of going over to places and just kind of staring into the windows and thinking really hard, Jodak, you go over to the Smithry area. You see a golem wandering in with a bag o' ore.
Smithry, huh?
What's wrong with Smithry?
Echo ore.
You said Smithry. It's a smithy.
Shut up.
It's a fucking smithy.
So, Eric,
Hi.
as I feel the need to ask, to make most of the things I want to make things out of this flame steel, it'd be better to just get a steel bar or just take the ore.
If you have it in ingots, it's always going to be easier to use the ingots.
Okay.
Because otherwise you have to get the impurities out.
And standard Smith's tools don't have the ability of doing that.
Yeah.
Especially given the forge has to be real hot.
That'd be real hot to continue working with it. This is if I can go at the blacksmith. So I'm gonna go find the guy that we talked before. Just I guess knock on his door before entering.
Well, you just kind of follow the golem in, and as it's going inside, he directs it somewhere and then sees you behind it. Gives a nod.
Oh, again.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume you guys took care of the issue with the mine. Good job. You're not there.
But I was there. I told him we did.
I believe one of my guys
It's also been a minute.
brought
I forget.
you a truckload of ore or something.
For the
One of your
Bag full
guys?
of ore.
Are you?
That's
for
one of
the
my
egg
guys.
carrier things.
I was here for a reason. What was that reason?
You
Oh, yeah.
wanted some ingots.
I was going to ask. By any chance, would you be willing to give me some of your flame steel ingots? Or if you have any other special type of ingot, one of those, some of those.
They'll give a bit of a look that kind of says, those are hard to make. And they'll go, yeah, fair. Wait here. They teeter off. Everything's teetering off today.
I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back.
They return a bit later with about 4 ingots, each of which is probably about big enough to make a dagger with.
AC came on.
Golden flame steel, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Not enough, or what else?
That's more than enough, I
Alright.
think. I don't want to, take it all from you. Take all your, all that you have. That would be weird and mean and cruel. But I thank you for these. Assuming you're letting me have these 4, of course.
I'm like, kind of just blink at you. Yes.
I'm sorry. So very sorry. I had another reason for coming here. I didn't know if you'd be interested in it or not. I was talking with someone down the road somewhere about this rune inscription thing. I want to know if you recognized it. So I pull out something of mine with an inscription. I have a dagger with something on it.
Not offhand, but that really looks to be more enchanter style stuff. Maybe like a jeweler. Why?
I just wanted to know if you're interested in it or not. It's from what I was told, it works best with more martial hold weapons rather than mechanical stuff.
Well, have you shown the town enchanter?
Oh, yes, I did.
Then it
Just you run a blacksmith, so I thought you might be interested. Also, it may or may not be able to help your forge run hotter, potentially.
I'll just have a chat with him whenever I need to know about it.
Just making sure you're aware that it's an option, potentially an option.
Okay.
What? Thank you. I'm gonna get going before I bother you anymore.
You flee before your negative mood lets pile up anymore.
Have a good day.
They go back to work. Golem's just standing there in the background. Confused looking.
Judging their conversationalist skills.
I don't talk to people. This is why I don't talk to people.
Ow.
People are weird.
Or maybe it's
I'm a
you
mark.
who is weird.
I already know I'm weird. No, people are weirder. People are weird. Flame steel, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yep. Do I have anything else I want to do with my day? Not really, so at this point I should go meet it back up with the Dory.
Dion and Vashnir. You both are pretty thoroughly inspected. They they have to take some blood samples and kind of send those off to an alchemist, assuming you allowed them to do so.
I guess.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
It's not wet, is it?
Yeah.
Like,
But they
wet?
continue
That's
throughout the
damn.
course of your I forgot the term.
Examination?
Thank you. It's not inspection. What is it?
Over here.
Continue your examination,
You do.
and they come to the conclusion that you should both be fine.
Uh-oh.
The gauging by
Left too.
your weird little arm there, Vashnir, they say that probably in a day or two, it might be in a functional shape. And Peon, they kind of share that the stony texture may continue to spread, but it shouldn't cause any problems from what they've gathered.
I'm not dying.
You're not dying. The Dr. Person will kind of give you both last looks over and go, is there any questions that you have in particular that I might be able to answer? If not, you should both be able to head on out.
None that I can think of.
I have nothing.
Alright. They're normally for kids, but we got these sugary things if you want them.
Sure, I'll take one.
I would like to take 5.
Take your lollipops. They're a little bit surprised by the ferocious taking of 5 that Peon's doing, but then they kind of give a slight chuckle and go, okay.
Ow, 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 ow.
Lollipop is a lollipop. They taste more like a jawbreaker, honestly.
Ew, a chalky lollipop. Ugh.
What?
Oh, taste, not texture. Brain did a thing, sorry. I thought you were saying they were more like a jawbreaker than a lollipop. And I just imagined jawbreaker in lollipop form, and it was just a bad image. Jawbreakers are kind of chalky-esque.
Lollipop that basically tastes like sugar and water.
Fair.
But you guys head out, and it's not too long before you run into Todori and Jodak. Unless you two want to have a misadventure right now.
Scare children with the nub.
Throughout the course of the day, fingers have begun to sprout from the nub. Vashni, can we go? It's a little disconcerting.
I don't like any of that. Well, what's the verdict? Are you dying? Ugh, tired.
Far from it.
Okay, that's one positive. You, Peon?
I have 5 lollipops.
Okay.
I'm also not dying.
That's good. That's very good. Ow. Fucking bug bites. Ow. Well, not dying is a good sign. Any timetable on when the tree sprouts? Bash?
Tree sprouts?
I don't want to keep calling it a nub.
Ah. His arm.
Never saw about another 2 days.
Alright. Are we going to stick around here for another 2 days, or do we want to keep moving on? Because 2 days will basically be our time limit expended for fighting the fireworm if we stay here. But we could also stay for 2 days on the ship in the bad place.
Well, the ship has been basically just floating in the oasis this entire time. It's not going away.
I just fucking crushed my knee against my desk. Oh, fuck.
Well, we could always come back for the fireworm later.
That was my thought. We gave our word, so I'm going to do that because I'm a man of my word, but pretty sure if this is on a different plane from the material plane, when/if I learn plane shift, I'll be able to bounce to it, so. Well, that goes the same for anybody, potentially. So, there's always that. But, do you want to wait around? Do you want to... I guess what I'm trying to say is, should we go talk to the captain to see what he thinks is the best course of action here, or do you just want to hang out?
Oh, sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you want to go talk to the captain and see what he thinks is the best course of action, or do you want to just hang out here? Because I'm cool with either. Captain may have more insights because you are missing an arm, but not for much longer. And if something bad happens in the bad zone while we are down an
Let's
arm...
go inform the captain of what's going on, so he's not...
And we did kind of leave him in the dark of you two drinking that, so...
Yeah, let's go inform the captain.
Alright, you can inform him about your nubbin then. Let's go.
I think he'll notice.
Yeah, I'm not saying that, but still yet, you can explain to him what the fuck that means. Instead of him just going, oh, a regenerating dwarf, kill it with fire.
It's gonna take a lot more than fire.
Probably. Concerning, but probably.
Everybody heading back to the ship. You?
I'm heading back to the ship for 2 reasons. I don't know what he's doing.
That is?
Yes, that was yes.
Okay, it was an I, not an I.
It was height.
I?
Yes, just yes.
I speak English, and I speak English kind of poorly. And that's it. So, like, forgive me.
Other languages are hard.
What other language
Not
has
as hard as
height?
English.
What other language has height as high? Or yes, I mean.
Yes. Yep, yep,
I put emphasis on the T. There is no T.
So high. So Japanese for yes.
Yes.
Okay, then just say hi, not height.
I heard an I. I thought
I
you were
did say
saying
hi,
that you wanted to
and
do
he said-
something. I'm sorry.
We
Okay.
are. Yeah.
Alright. Everybody heading back to the ship. Assuming you are actively trying to find Yaskir. He's not too difficult to do so. He does have a bit of like a double take at Vashnir's kind of hand.
His name.
Yaskir, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a bard. It's fine.
Never heard his name before.
Can we change him?
No one knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, that's fine.
Change him?
I understand Thaddeus is not knowing. He never knows pop culture references, but everybody else? Really? No one knows what
Sorry, I
I'm talking
missed
about?
that. What was it?
Yaskir the bard?
But you prefer teaching.
I've heard that from somewhere.
It's fine. No, it's fine. I'll keep it to myself. It's fine.
Legally not supposed to come.
Oh.
I'd heard the reports from Niflid, but seeing it in person's a little bit different.
You're telling me.
Oh, you said Yaskir or Jaskir?
Same difference.
Hand me this trash.
That's why I. Yeah, okay. Toss a coin.
Yes. Thank God.
Guess you don't get it.
Good old
Red.
That's fine.
dandelion.
Yeah. Way better in the TV series than in the fucking game, but that's fine too.
I heard the doc say that was gonna be in working order in a couple days, right?
That's to you, Vashnier.
Say that again. I'm sorry. I'm just
And the doc said
noises in
that
the background.
that should be in working order in a couple days, right, Vashnier?
Yes, 2 days.
Well, that's faster than getting you back to Capital and giving you a Magitech hand, so I guess that works out. Do you want to stay here and give the fireworm another try? We did lose somebody on the way there. Be a shame not to complete it now.
If you don't, if
That her? That her?
if you wouldn't mind, we can do it.
We'll just
I know
take
you're on
a more direct route
You got
for a
over
little
here.
bit, make up for some lost time.
Hmm.
But this is a good spot to wait at due to the time differentiation compared to material.
Your butt is really red.
Time differentiation.
Yeah,
It's like little bumps.
As in, time is different here than over there. Is time faster? Is time slower?
have you been explained how Sea of Stars works? Basically, you go in there, you can be in there for days, and then whenever you pop out, it's about the same time you left.
Yes.
This has a not as extreme but similar effect. Makes it a bit harder to keep supplied from the outside, but
A week here could be a day, essentially.
not quite that bad.
But you get what I mean.
It's that sort of thing. Time here is a little bit faster than on the material plane, so I understand.
Instead of in the Sea of Stars where a year there is like 2 seconds, this place is like 2 days per one or some shit. It's fine.
Pulls out the necessary diagrams in order to explain this shit now.
General principle is acquired. All that's needed. Ah.
Guess we're just gonna be sitting here for a couple days for Vashnier to heal his arm. And we're gonna go try to fight the
Worm.
fireworm again.
Yeah. I'm gonna go check on my eggs. My egg. Sorry, not eggs. Brain.
There is also the matter of that ruin that you guys found.
What about it?
I've got some people out there making, like, categorizing stuff from it. So we'll need to grab them on the way for sure. But every now and then they run into those regenerating bastards. Nothing personal, of course.
Nope, no, those guys were absolutely regenerating bastards. That's absolutely a thing. Fashioneer is not a bastard. He knows who his daddy is.
Well, he's a legal child from what I recall of dwarven culture.
Yeah, not a bastard.
Well, the specific not knowing father thing's a little different.
Oh,
With their system, basically all it takes for somebody to be ranked bastard is just be born out of wedlock, basically.
it was a joke, bud. Lighten up.
You never know what people know and don't know.
Doesn't matter what I know and don't know. It was a joke.
Yeah, I was learning something.
Anyway, I'm gonna go check on my egg.
Hold on.
Real quick.
Why can't I go check on my egg?
Because it's in the engine room and the engine room can decapitate you.
Why can it decapitate me? What?
Lots of moving parts.
It is an engine.
Take that, tall boy.
It could probably decapitate you too.
Yes. That's why I don't go down there. Go talk with one of the engineers. They will check it for you.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to an engineer and check on my egg.
Okay.
God damn
If
it.
you don't mind me asking, what is a token?
Token?
I've heard this. People ask for it for the last couple days, and I still don't know what it is.
Basically, it's an Atican thing for items of special value or worth. Essentially, everybody gets X many depending on their station, employment, or job employment. And then they can use those for stuff that isn't freely accessible.
And people just get X many of them per year, per
It
month type thing.
it varies, especially with places like this cropping up.
Okay, understood. I just want to make sure I wasn't cheating people for things.
Nah, and most of the time they're only gonna ask for one of those if it's like a special thing. Unless, of course, somebody's just greedy.
Do you get many of those?
They happen.
No, but considering the system that exists here in Attica, do you get many thieves or people like those?
They occur, but normally there's no need for it, so they don't. They're not the most common thing. So somebody doing something violent or taking something and then suddenly having a bunch of golems up their butt. Good deterrent.
Fair enough. Okay. I just realized we never asked anything about Attica or Attican culture when we, showed up here.
And I could have
Yeah,
been
And I reckon not remain lost.
I
this
could have been
entire
a
time.
human. Damn it.
a couple of you look pseudo-military. Functions pretty much the same, just on a wider scale.
I'm not at all military. Oh.
Pseudo military, that would leave just Vashnier. But he's a lordling, so
Listen, you guys have been part of the Band of Iron thing. The Vashnir's been pretty much running as standard dwarven militaries.
we don't get
And
paid
also
for that.
just letting us fuck around and find out for the longest fucking time.
Yeah.
So there's nothing standard about our military form at all. Oh. God
Anything
damn it.
else you need me for? No. Alright.
You
Awkward
wouldn't have to have a
silence, guys.
smithery
Come
on
on.
the ship or
Come
something,
on.
would you?
Say again, Thaddeus.
You wouldn't happen to have like a smithery or forge or something on the ship, would you?
There's an area for basic repairs. It's not too substantial, but it has most of the mechanical means necessary to do things.
Am I free to go work on things over there?
Touch up some equipment,
I feel
yeah.
a little awkward um asking to go borrow someone else's forge. Just a little bit.
Just head down there and explain what you want. Person currently working there will probably help you out.
Thank you.
Vashnier, I'm sorry, but
What's up?
curiosity. It forces me to wonder. And they begin to slowly reach out a hand toward your nubbin fingers.
I can grab anything with it yet?
You have fingers on your nub, so maybe.
Well, I don't know if they're like long enough to grab anything, or they're just like little
Like,
little piglets.
they're weird little nubbin fingers, but you can kind of sort of just manage to hold something like a baby hand.
Grabs the tip of his finger.
Ugh. They're so smooth. Ugh. Okay, curiosity said. And they're just like shaking their hand.
I fixed a thing on my phone and then immediately just broke it. God damn it.
Okay. Tadora, you make it down to where the big door that says no is. Give it a knock, and someone that, honestly, you know, like the stereotypical, this person looks like they might have blown up a couple times look is that they give to things entirely too often.
Hey.
Hey?
Is there somebody around?
I was saying that, I was just making sure you knew what look I was saying as someone that looks like they've blown up a time or two. Opens like the bottom half of the door. And then you just kind of see their head, their goggle wearing head peek through.
So I said, hey.
Hey?
I need you to check on my egg for me. And the other one too.
Just make sure they're still in one piece.
In one piece, still incubating, maybe about to hatch, that kind of thing, yeah. Don't
Okay.
break my egg.
Shall return. And then you punk. Then you
Break my
just
egg.
kind of
After
hear
he
the
goes-
sounds like something might have fallen over.
Yeah, after he goes away, basically going, you break my egg, I'm gonna break you. Under my breath.
They return a little later. Same bottom half of the door. There. Still ovular.
Okay. Thanks. I'll just go back up to Peon and share the information.
Wait,
They're
kind
still-
stranger.
What?
Wait, kind stranger.
What?
Wait, kind stranger.
I heard you the first time. What?
Wait, kind stranger.
What do you want?
I would like a corn cake. Please.
Okay, I'll go get one.
Thank you.
You're
Punk.
welcome. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm gonna
I'm
walk
sure
up
he was talking to you.
with an extremely fucking confused look on my face. Go over to Peon and say, our eggs are still ovular. You figure out what that means. Vashnier, I'll be back. I'm gonna go walk to the diner.
Okay.
Ovular is good sign for eggs.
I'm gonna figure out what the fuck ovular means on the way to the diner.
Intelligence check.
That button. I'm not the smartest of boys. 15.
There are, in fact, dice that you can roll in this game. Ovular, adjective, meaning related to or like an ovule, and egg or seed.
So did he just?
They're simply egg shaped, yes.
I hate you so much. Fine.
What?
Was someone doing something else as he's heading to the diner?
I too want to go check on the eggs now in hopes of getting more than just ovule.
Okay. While he's doing so, you steal a march and head to the door that says no. Knock upon it, and half the door opens up at your head level. And the individual I described earlier pops his head out and goes, "Ow. You're not that same guy. Hi, what do you want?"
Whoa. Are you the person who checked upon my eggs?
Yes.
Can I have more detail than just ovular?
What exactly are you looking for? I'm not a botanist.
That's not the thing you need to be!
I know.
I know you know!
Without no chicken breast.
James being upset, not the Dory, he's not there!
Can you, like, just touch them and see if they're hot?
Give me a little bit. Tunk. Clatter, 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 clatter. You're a youch from behind the doorway. Clatter, 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 clatter. Yes.
Are both of them hot, or is just one of them hot?
Tunk. Clatter, 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 clatter. Eh. Clatter, 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 clatter. Yes.
Yes.
Man burned his hand twice. I love you for it. It's great.
Okay, thank you.
He just made him
Bye.
burn his hand twice. I fucking love it.
I'll just go back, I guess.
Go back where?
To where Vashnir is.
Yeah,
Regroup the other party person.
and then I'll just sit on the floor.
Okay. Just on the deck. It's not the most uncomfortable thing. Jodak, you head into the workshop. There's a lot of like basically it looks kind of like a clock shop. And there's somebody that seems to be tinkering on what looks like a crossbow of some sort.
Oh,
They kind of give a bit of a jump,
I
and then they remove an apparatus that they were wearing on their face. It looks like basically magnifying glasses of some degree. Turn over and go, "Hi. Need something?"
not really. No, I want to check out the place. See if
okay.
see what's going on. See if I can. Are you allowing people to come work over here? By any
If
chance?
you got something
If I
that,
want to make something.
yeah, if you got something that needs work done, and we've got the parts to make it, so long as you don't, use everything.
Can you make stuff from like this? I say pulling out flame steel ingot.
Not really the best environment for that, but
I didn't think so.
with time and effort, we can probably route one of the exhausts from the engine right over there. Make a makeshift forge of some kind. Yeah, it can work. Might be hot enough to get that stuff moving.
Ooh, since you're working on a crossbow anyway, would this be good for a crossbow?
It's bolts
idea.
maybe, but actually having it on a crossbow. Looking at this stuff, the properties are more like physical, so unless you're worried about it melting, you'd probably be better off having a melee weapon of some sort, or bolts made out of it. But that's more expensive, and not a lot of people like to do that. By expensive, I mean the resources go away quicker.
It seems like kind of a hassle. All right, thank you. I just ask questions.
So do
What are
I
you working on?
need to figure out how to rework one of the thermal thingies, or
Do you want to do that?
not particularly? They're really hot.
Then no, you don't have to do that.
Cool.
That will be annoying for both you and me. So I'm gonna let you get back to what you were doing, unless you want something, of course, or need something.
Not particularly. Niflit apparently broke his crossbow on one of those things you guys were dealing with in the desert. And to get it repaired.
One of the healing zombie things. Zombies isn't a word. Undead things.
They take a pair of tweezers and get out a scrap of flesh of which you can see it's still like moving just a little bit. And then they flick it onto a nearby like hot zone so it can burn away. Yep.
Yeah, no, those things are fun. Okay. Let me go. Unless you need help. I'm kind of just sitting around bored for the next 2 days.
Not particularly, but if you just want to play assistant for a bit, I would not refuse it.
I don't mind being an assistant. That's fine.
Alright.
Boredom is boredom. I need to find some way to entertain myself.
Make yourself better at playing with clockwork things. Denora, you arrive at the diner.
I'm gonna go up to the bar.
Go up to the bar.
I want 2 hot corn cakes. One of the corn cakes needs to have a steamed pepper in it.
Just like a normal steamed pepper?
The hottest one you can find.
Oh, so you're trying to play a prank on someone.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, important information to have, otherwise I would just pick the thing that accentuates it best, and I don't think you want that if you're trying to prank someone.
They could do that too if you wanted to. A hot thing and a spicy thing is not a good thing, typically.
Eh.
It can be, but typically not.
Yeah, we're between rushes at the moment. Want a drink of some kind? I'll get you that, then I can go and back and make it.
No, I'm good though. Thank you.
Alright. Give me a little bit.
Take your time.
They head back. Small golem trundles up. Hello.
Hello.
Would you like
How are
a
you?
beverage? I am golem.
It still means you can still be okay or not okay.
Their eyes are vacant.
But no, thank you, Golem. I'm good.
They waddle away. Some
Yeah,
time
I'm just
passes.
sitting here waiting on my corn cakes.
Some time passes. A couple people go in and sit down in various places, and they bring out a basically a disposable bag with the heft of about 2 cakes in it. One of the prank has a little red mark on the top of it.
Okay. I'll put that one in my left hand and remove the red mark.
Well, it's just on the wrapper, so.
Oh, okay.
Because sand gets everywhere.
Fair.
Okay,
Oh,
enjoy.
I'm gonna go back.
Return to the ship.
Yeah.
Head back
Go straight
down
to
to the
him.
engine door.
I'm gonna go straight to him. Give him his corn cake. Because I keep wanting to call it a crab cake.
They hold out their hands, and then basically as soon as they can touch it, it's just... Thank you.
You're welcome.
Here,
I'm
what
gonna-
can only be described as a crime against humanity on the other side of the door. Where are you going next?
Back to Vashnir.
Alright,
Who I assume is still there.
3 of the
And I'm
4
gonna-
have now assembled on top of the deck.
And I'm gonna eat my crab cake, which I hope he didn't swap out. Yes. I am fully trusting the cook to not prank me with my own prank.
They did not.
Cool.
So why is it made of crab now?
Shut up.
Okay. Generalization, what do you guys want to do over the next couple of days as Vashnier grows his arm? Because I almost did this before your diner visit, then I called it off. Because I realized there was still stuff to do before I hit the time skip button.
I want to help out as much as I can around town.
How
I don't
so?
know. I don't know what I could logically do with my skill sets, because my skill sets are very geared toward fighting things.
And they have most of the muscle taken care of.
Yeah. Fuck. I don't know. Get back to me.
I'll just go down the Discord list. Yeah, and you got anything?
Back to the farm I go.
Fair enough. Vashnier.
What I
Oh, sorry. Say what?
You're cranky.
keep going.
Okay. Vashnier,
What's up?
you got one arm. They're waiting for you to recuperate over the next couple of days. What do you want to do in town, if anything?
You know what? I need a longer range weapon.
Alright, what you looking for?
Something that's my speed.
So... You looking for like a throwing spear / javelin, crossbow, a sling maybe? What style are you looking for?
You got any great bows?
Great bow.
Or a longbow? Quick bow, longbow, something like that.
They have a long bow. It's of a more metallic design, but basically they've compounded it, so it's still possible for normal people to use.
I like the sound of that great bow idea.
Well, I kind of do too, but I don't have it statted out at the moment. So that was why I elongated the word so long.
You should make him stat a new weapon type out, because those don't exist in D&D.
Blink, sadly.
There's more work.
Always give the DM more work. It's their fucking job.
It would still be a dexterity weapon, though, due to the nature of ranged weapons.
It's okay, you helped me with that.
Yeah, I did. Okay, so in that case, if you're looking for large caliber, technically, ranged weaponry, are you looking for a great bow a la Dark Souls, or are you looking for a bolt thrower type thing? Think like the dwarf from Dragon Age.
A fucking handheld ballista, or are you looking for a great bow from Dark Souls?
I like the sound of the handheld ballista.
Okay. That one would need to be pretty heavily clockwork. The stuff that's actually here in town. Are you... Jodek, are you going to be helping the, guy in the workshop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he, like, sends me away. I'm being a nuisance.
Well, not if Vashnier comes up and is like, hey, I want this.
Knocks on the door. Hey,
Oh no.
I want this.
Oh shit, he did the thing. Alright, I need to look at what the fuck a heavy crossbow does and then appropriately mutate it, so I need to mentally stat things out. But I will say that over a couple days, kind of throwing your weight along around and being like, we are going to go kill the fire worm, you can probably get this thing constructed. Jodak, because you're the only player actually participating in this, if you would like to make rolls to see how well it goes, or do anything to it as it is being made, now would be your chance to do so.
I kind of do want to do things to it.
Well, keep those to yourself. But tell me what functional implementations.
Didn't you just say to keep those to myself? Oh, wait a second.
There is this
Was that
beautiful
an
thing called a
innuendo?
private message.
You're right. You're right.
And he also did say, do tell me.
I will send you a message of what I'm going to do to Fashionier's thing.
Gross.
If I'm going to do something to it. Nah, I probably won't. I might.
Don't be
What roll
fucking
do I need to
fickle, tell me now.
What rolls do I need to make?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
For crafting things? I was going to do some rune crafting.
Okay.
Infusion.
Well, you know what you have to roll for infusion.
Yeah, okay.
There is a variety of gemstones around town. I'll say the normal 2d4 amount.
Normal 2d4 amount?
That you can get readily right now. Just that they have on hand. But the 2d4 amount is basically all they have in Moonstone. Because amazingly, there's not too much of it here.
Fortunately, I have some moonstone on me, which is good. I'm not going to use any more of it, but I'm still have it. What do I want to get? I should probably ask Fashioner what he wants on this.
Or just give him something random, because that sounds more fun.
You make a point. You make a good point.
Let chaos.
Fashioner, you will find out what is on this when you first use it.
It'll be at least 2 days.
He does have one arm.
Does have one arm, which means he has at least 2-ish days before he can actually use this. Mm-hmm.
Let's pull the string back from my mouth.
Fuck up, lose all your teeth.
Look, come back.
I don't make.
Eric needs to know what you're trying to put on this thing.
Tell Eric.
He's typing.
I was trying to decide what I wanted to put on this thing. I was looking at the list.
Are you sure that's what you want to go with?
No, I'm not. That's just the first one I looked at.
Don't freak out and pick
already
one
do this.
randomly.
Okay, here's what you do. You pick like 2 or 3, and you flip a coin. You narrow it down and flip a coin. If you don't like the choice, go with the other one.
Well, it's just the one that he suggested is the most redundant of the possible options.
Oh my god.
It was the first one I looked at. Okay.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's cool. Hope you're still typing. Okay, it's just a confirmation, gotcha.
Just confirmation. There you go.
Roll the dice check.
Roll the dice. This guy does not know what this is, so he cannot help me.
Well, they're also busy making the fucking clockwork function so he doesn't have to reload.
I have a 21.
Okay. Sounds like a good roll.
Yeah.
So let me real quick finish statting this because I've been distracted for reasons which may be obvious. The nature of this would be such as that. Yep, okay.
Wrong thing.
It's not the greatest range. but it hits really hard. Kind of assuming that's okay.
That's fine.
I don't think it really needs to be the greatest range.
Never know. He could have told me that he was putting Jade on it. At which point in time, it goes to max range immediately.
Always.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I knew that before I tried to do stuff.
I told you this when I put it on my longbow.
That. And
I have an
then...
extra moonstone. Can I put some jade on it as well?
No, shut up.
Okay. The project for later.
We are going to have like a week.
I can always just upgrade it at a later date, like, when we get to the next place. If we get to the next place.
Fuck it. This thing's a thunker. Let's have it do that. And then you succeeded on that, so... Do-do-do-do-do. And...
Boo-boo.
Listen, I have to make a weapon here, okay?
You have to make a weapon from scratch, and you're doing it in, 30 seconds? Not 30 seconds, a couple minutes.
Taking too long.
I have to type things! I made a mistake and I had to go correct it.
I earned an achievement today, James.
Yeah, I know, it's fine.
I made,
Once you 100% the game, then you can come talk to me.
No, I made Arik have to correct his lore speak.
Oh, that. Oh.
Yeah.
On the draft, I
earned an
forgot to put the
achievement.
duration because I was stupid. There's your bolt thrower. It go flunk. You can use basically anything that it can toss, but it has to be like larger. So it does require its own special ammunition, but since you're making things, I'll say you get enough of a stockpile and they're simple enough to make that you can easily get them at any forge.
Just grab one of my spears and put it on it.
Not quite that large. More like a little bit bigger than a fist-sized rock, maybe.
Break part of the spear.
But there is the basic thing for that. It has been transcribed with amethyst.
Amethyst? Really?
I like lightning, okay?
Yeah, lightning's actually the one damage type you guys don't have a lot of right now.
I do like a D4 of lightning at best, and that's only me.
That's fine. That's not the problem.
So,
What's the problem?
Could have been literally anything else.
at the end of a couple days, with people from various parts of the town chipping in on this, you are presented with basically this crossbow but fat with
Epo.
4 little arms at the front, each of which connects to basically the sling thrower in the central thing. It's very much similar to the thing from Dragon Age. It just isn't quite as magical as that one. But thanks to the clockworking thing on it, it can store a few bolts, which basically at the end of your turn, you just quickly slap that on there to refill it. And you can kind of pull a couple levers and it will fold up a bit so you can carry it probably along your back or like your waist without being terribly bogged down.
Alright.
Probably about the size of like a smaller suitcase, so it's kind of big. Well, that was a project. What next? It's the end of the 2 days, unless somebody has something that they would like to
I
do.
was about to say, I think the only other one that had something that they could do anything, because Vashnir was taken up, Peon was taken up, Jodek was taken up. The only one left is me. There's no need for muscle in the town, and all I'm good at is muscle at this stage. I don't have any
Join the military.
off skills, so I'm gonna go try to bond with my wyvern a bit more.
It does not want to go outside.
No, I know. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just. Since I know it doesn't want to go outside, I'm gonna just kind of sit in here with it and try to make it a little cooler in here.
Okay.
Like I will go get a fucking palm from the oasis and use it.
No dice necessary. You spend a couple days with your wyvern.
Yeah. This thing will be a very good mount if I can make it very loyal to me. So I'm going to do that, or at least try.
Alrighty. That's the end of the 2 days. Vashnir, you wake up and kind of check out your arm. It's a bit smoother than you'd maybe like, but other than that, it's an arm. Seems to do arm things.
Did he lose his armor of that arm too?
He is wearing magical armor. Basically, it turned into a hollow tube.
Fair. Fair.
It's not weird and bulbous and fits pretty much the same way as the other one did. Just pinches a little more.
Guys?
Alright, gotcha.
What the fuck here?
Sorry, was adding it in my inventory.
Okay. I think that's every necessary stat with it. Name, what it is, that thing, blah blah blah. Yeah.
How many starting bolts am I gonna have with it?
I'll give you 20.
All right.
And you're instructed how to properly slam them down in there and make the clockwork stuff do work.
Would he be proficient in this new exotic-esque weapon?
It works just like a crossbow, it's just a little fatter.
Fair enough. Just questions for myself, mainly. I guess I go confirm with Vashtir if we're hunting a fucking great worm.
That would be yes, because he said he did lose a man to it. We're just gonna take more expedient.
Well, we didn't lose a man to it. We lost a man to our fuck up in the little dungeon place on the way to it.
Yeah.
Which is arguably worse.
More or less. Person in my head.
I'm always in your head.
I know, it's creepy and weird. Get out. But anyway, I guess let's go group with the Crafted and see what he means by more direct route. and then fucking kill a great worm. Fuck! I can't stop yawning. God damn it.
Stop that.
You go
Wish I
and
could've-
find the capital.
Yes, scare.
You guys all healed up? Ash, you doing okay?
Well,
Should be.
yeah. He's got his arm back. How much more flesh is now stone on Peon?
It's weird. It's like it kind of decides to manifest in patches and doesn't really like travel from there.
Hmm.
Like it's not trying to make uniformity. It's just trying to show its presence.
So our moss-colored goblin is now covered in stone?
Not covered.
Sparsely abundant with stony patches.
A little bit.
Okay.
You probably shouldn't go take a swim.
Huh. We're all healed up. Ready to go kill a fireworm. More or less.
Well, in that case, didn't want to take the ship because something of that scale could actually cause some damage. But it could make the fight go a hell of a lot quicker.
Good. Yeah. Up to you, I guess. Let's do the thing. Do it. We're at your disposal at this stage.
All right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. Let's get everybody back on board. And they will go over, whistles will start to be blown, people will start to hurry to whatever station it is that they usually man. You hear a few whirs below your current deck. You would know that those are probably the smaller ballista implant or placements that they have.
Oh God.
What?
Sorry, I keep yawning.
You're very tired. I know it's a very boring game. I understand.
It's not boring. I am usually in bed right now at this time because I have fixed my sleeping schedule.
Weird. Let's break that shit.
No.
That's weird.
Since beginning of this week.
Didn't you wake up at like 11, like yesterday or the day before?
I woke up at 11 at night Saturday.
Okay.
I've been waking up at 10 a.m. the last few days.
You're right. Yesterday, Monday, you were up early.
Yes, I
had to go to
was.
town.
Yes, I
You
did.
begin to hear the whine of engine noise. And some places on the ship begin to glow, and it begins to steadily lift itself out of the water.
Never gonna get used to this.
It's kind of like the worst elevator ever.
Well, oh, all elevators. Got you.
And then it takes off across the sands. See me, Arik, create skyships. Don't expect to use them. Remember, oh yeah, he's right. We have a skyship. Realize that you haven't actually statted out the boss. Because you didn't really think that they were going to get there because of how they've been doing things up to this point in the session. Think about life out loud.
It's also 11, so we can start with rolling initiative and then call session if need be. So you can stat the creature out during the week.
Well, realistically, with the ship, it might not be that long of a fight. This is a battleship. It's meant for fucking shit up.
That's fair. I'm just saying.
But there is also the ruin area, and there's other interactions that you may decide to have because you have people to pick up there. So, the ship, significantly faster than you guys. So it's probably only a few hours before you come upon the ruin site, which, looking down at it, it looks like they have set up some basic, like, danger signs, and there's just basically a big, like, pile of burning corpses.
Somebody ask here if he's available and go, are there still those immortal bastards down there?
Yeah, they don't let up, the freaking things. But we're calling them off of the dig site for now, informing the townsfolk of it, and whenever we're on our way back, seeing if we can't ensure they can't get out. But,
Hey, why don't we just blow it to smithereens and make sure they can't leave?
because, well, and I'll kind of gesture at Vashnir. Between what we got from the dock and what we've seen with Vashnir here, there's stuff that we might be able to make some use out of.
That's fair. Immortal super soldiers are a thing that can happen. Understandable.
Just gotta make sure it doesn't go to, that.
Yeah, those seem like the bad batch, because there were some inscriptions on the thing talking about them from what I remember. Those seems like the failures. Vashnir was supposedly the success story, I guess?
From the reports of people that have investigated this place, they're assuming that the beaker broke at some point in time, and entirely too much of it fell into the, tomb area, at which point in time it started to run amok. So it looks like it's okay, except for whenever the dosage is too large, then they just kind of get real mad.
Feral-esque, then.
Yeah. This isn't
So
really... Yeah.
how the fuck do we deal with immortal bastards, then?
Acid.
Acid, yeah, acid.
Oh, acid.
Back to that again, after the worms. Never thought I'd have to touch the shit again.
It's effective.
It is effective, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying I didn't think I'd ever have to fuck with it since the worms.
I might actually need to use my several acid vials I haven't used yet.
I know, right? Oh.
You can kind of hear some clamoring a couple decks below, and looking down, probably gripping the rail, you can see that there are a number of ladders being descended downward. Rope and chain based.
Well, yeah.
People are beginning
I didn't imagine a solid fucking wooden ladder about
I didn't
200
specify.
feet long just fucking went down.
If I didn't specify, someone could have. Here is our ladder.
Just space and time defying fucking wooden ladder just shoots out of this fucking stupid shit.
Going down on ropes.
Oh my god.
People are collected. Unless anybody has any reason to go play with stuff down there.
I don't want to go fuck with the immortal bastards.
Nor should you want to.
I hated them in Dead Space. I hate them in every other fucking game. I hate them now. No. Not only are they immortal, but they deal with max HP. And when that hits 0, no matter what I do, I'm dead.
And they kind of suck.
Yeah. So what? No, I'm good. I'm golden.
takes a while because ladders are hard. And
That job real smooth.
all right, people are collected, ladders are redrawn, and the ship takes off again. Heading over the desert proper. This place, more than anywhere else you've seen, is very much an expanse of nothingness.
Okay, Tatooine level of Great Desert, got ya.
It just sucks.
Yeah, the Tatooine Desert does.
But as you are going along, you begin to see rocky outcroppings. Moving further in, the ship raising itself for just in case purposes.
Fair.
You do eventually begin to pick out what looks like to be a trail of rock, as weird as that sounds.
I'm smoking.
Very, very, like, wide and, like, scope. Like, this
Yeah.
thing's probably about as wide as the ship, which is to say, a lot.
Yeah.
And falling through it, eventually you come upon an area that's basically all been solidified into stone. At which point in time the ship begins to simply hover upward in the air a bit.
Mm-hmm. Have we reached our destination there, bud?
Well, it looks to be where this thing would be, but it lives underground. So getting it to come to the surface is a mite bit tricky. So I do have an idea.
What you got?
Well, at the bottommost deck, there are a couple chambers people can stand in that are built to be able to fall from the ship. If we disable the safety regulators inside, they should basically act as giant weights. Which might make enough vibrations to lead it to the surface.
Our battleship had some like exploding bolts. Wouldn't that make the same amount of noise?
That costs
Vibration?
ammo.
That is correct.
And if we lose a couple drop pods, oh well, we'll find different ways to get down there.
Fair.
So they need to get that ready for a bit. If there's any last minute preparations any of you need to do, I suggest doing it now. Because once this thing actually shows up, I imagine all hell's gonna break loose.
That's what we're here for. Hell breaking loose.
In the job description.
Kind of been our job for like what, almost a year now?
Not really.
I know. Time works weird.
Okay, you make yourselves ready. Somebody's handing out death words.
I already
Because,
have one.
well, then keep your one. Somebody's handing out death words because scary thing. So anybody that doesn't have one, take one.
Can we take one if we do have one?
It won't do anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
You won't have
Okay.
2 death words.
Had hope. Okay. Get
And
the
I'm
little bit.
gonna dash that hope.
But why?
Because it's what I do.
Effectively, because it works on a different system of attunement than it is that you're normally accustomed to and it works with, so whenever one breaks, it takes a significantly larger amount of time for the other one to actually attune to you, so you can't just sit there and go, but I have 50 in my backpack, I'm an immortal god. Yeah, once a day.
Also, if that's how it would work, it would also be a nerfing factor of, hey, you have multiple Death Ward amulets on. Cool, they all break when you hit 0.
That's the
That
other
would
way, and they're
also-
more intelligently designed than that.
Yeah.
You're acting nuts.
You're right. You're right. All right.
Just to talk about weapon emplacements on this ship, it has lines of smaller ballista. It's got 2 at the front, 2 at the back, actual like Dragon Slayer cannons, which are to say big ass ballista with big ass bolts. And other than that, that's kind of really all they have, unless they angle things really, really complicated.
You gonna want us anywhere specific, Gaskier, or do you just want us to do what we do best?
Play to your strengths.
Melee.
Don't burn up.
Probably won't.
Hopefully.
Flash forward, he got burned up. I mean, you can assume that this thing will at least be as annoying as a Remoraz in that regard.
Hey. Only I know what that is. Shut up.
Everyone has had basically a variation of the monster manual available to them. Because these are things that are real in this world, people are more aware of them. Like, you can ask any random person here, how does a werewolf work? And they'll have something to say despite that being a movie monster. Apply that to a place where werewolves might actually fucking run around, and it's gonna be a hell of a lot more common knowledge.
I mean, yeah, if you go to the fucking what the fuck is it called?
Australia?
Also that.
No!
It stands to reason. We all know what a koala is, but only an Australian knows it how truly dangerous a koala is.
I was trying to think of the place Shadarkai are from.
Shadowfell.
That one, yeah.
Not funny.
God, their fucking home is even edgy.
Sounds like a place we should go visit.
You shut your mouth.
Is it wrong to want to go see cool places?
That's not a cool place. That's where you get trapped for all eternity.
It has such a cool name, though. It's Shadowfell.
It's where you get trapped for all eternity as a fucking vampire's servant.
That's
Unless
just rude.
there are any additional preparations to be made, you will
If he's
begin.
not giving us any specifics on where he may or may not want us, where we would do best, then I'm going to get ready to fucking do my flight thing.
Play to your strengths.
No.
Alright. If everyone feels like they're ready, you will hear the sound of a large object falling, and then a crashing thud down below. A few moments later, you'll hear another, and then another, before you can look down and you can see the sand begin to shift, and then begin to almost solidify in places, before arcing up from the ground, consuming the things that just landed on this bit of rock, is this large serpentine-like draconian creature. Its head roughly the size of the ship that you're currently in, and body extending to only the gods know how far underground. Various pieces of it you can see, almost like an active volcano. You can see evidence of molten rock just falling off of this thing as it is tunneling its way through. And you hear a cacophonous roar as it seems to have come to the realization that what it ate was indeed not fleshy. And it seems to have upset it greatly.
It is a worm. It is intelligent.
Yes. That's why it is upset.
Uh,
And we'll take off next time with hopefully not destroying a giant ship. Because that would be bad.
it would be all of us dead.
Ella.
More than likely.
Be good.
So you want us to wait on initiative until next time?
Yeah, because I'm not going to keep track of it.
Fair enough. I mean, I can write it down on my sheet.
No. No more dice rolled this session.
There wasn't a one from pretty much anybody.
No
I
more
roll a
dice.
die.
He rolled a dice and I rolled a dice.
No
This
more
entire
dice. We
session-
rolled too many dice. Okay.
In this dice rolling game, we rolled too many. Okay, I'm gonna roll some just to say fuck you.
No, I'm stopping the recording. Goodbye.